Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, it's gonna be a patron cast from Smash Stadts. He's got his own YouTube channel. Go ahead and check it out. I'll put a link in the description to it. Alright, so it's gonna be a fastest map ever cast, and if you clicked on it, you pretty much know what it is, but if you don't, this is pretty much it. These are 50,000 mineral patches stacked on top of each other. I'm not entirely sure how many there are, but there are very, very many, and 50,000 Vespene gas geysers all around you. So you don't need to expand. You get money very, very fast, and you try to kill your opponent. So this is a team FME. So we have team 1. It's going to be a Peach Protoss player. 123 QWEASDZXCV. Next door, it's a white Protoss player, Boland. And then way down here, another Protoss player, it is Nico Pitan. Sure. I don't know what that means. Top right, Democracy. Purple Zerg player, team 2 here, Innocuous and Jesper. We're going to red versus blue this thing, just because I think it'll work. Yeah. Yeah, well, we're gonna confuse Jesper and Democracy in here a little bit. But all the three of the enemy Protoss are all red now, and that makes it pretty easy to figure out who the enemy is. Should be good. No Terran representation today, which is unfortunate. Also, we are cannon rushing Democracy today. Democracy cannot be happy about that, but he does have a pool that's done. Does he have vision on this? I'm going to assume he doesn't have vision on this. Yeah, once this cannon's up, it suddenly gets extremely hard to deal with this. Hoo boy. Hoo boy. Lings are running out from Jesper. Got a double gate opening here from Innocuous. And actually, defending with cannons is Boland, which makes sense considering I think he's the one that's cannon rushing. Yeah, he is. So he needs to defend himself with something, and it's got to be a cannon. Defend yourself with a bunch of zealots if you're the other Protoss players. Actually, same thing down here out of Nico. Ah! Democracy figured it out. Democracy shut that thing down, boy. Oh, that's right. Nico's cannon rushing too. But also gets quite discovered and completely shut down. So two of the players from Team Protoss go for the cannon rush, which honestly, how surprised are we by that? Probably not all that much, I'd guess. Yeah. So that's why he's got the forward and a couple cannons down here to defend us, because he was trying to cannon rush up in this area. But again, both players completely shut down. Nothing happening there whatsoever. Are we going to try to counterattack anybody and kill them? I kind of feel like if Innocuous and Democracy pooled their forces, they could have killed this before there were 4 cannons up. But I don't know. Innocuous is coming up here. Ooh, this pylon's not a bad target, man. Yeah, engaging with the Zealots and the cannons, not good. Also, another round of Zealots just popped out here from 123, so that's not going to happen either. Finally, just going to take down these pylons, just in case we kind of lose track of them and somebody else sneaks in and does a super delayed cannon rush on us. That'd be really annoying stuff. Innocuous trying to keep 123 busy up in here, while Innocuous sort of setting up... Oh, not really sort of. He's really trying to set up a contain up here on 123. I guess he's the one that has army, right? Everybody else is working on it. His other 2 Protoss buddies are trying, but they're not quite there yet because they cannon rush, and that slows down their ability to get an army, and especially if the cannon rush failed, they're behind. So again, delay. Make sure that nobody comes down here and sees this until it's ready to go. Again, these Zealots running around are just buying a ton of time where 123 doesn't feel safe to move out because he's got enemy Zealots in his face. But now, guess what? Guess what's warping in? Cannons. Guess what's warping in? A gateway to protect the cannons from direct Zealot engagements. Zergling coming in for the Scout-a-Rooney. Gonna lose, I mean, what did you scout here? I guess a second Nexus, which is good to know. I mean, the Protoss all have second Nexuses because that's how you play fastest map. Even 3 Nexus sometimes. Actually, no second Nexus up here for 123. Surprised by that. You'd think he would. But now suddenly getting out of here gets a lot harder. Ooh, and further contains here for Boland are going to be a problem. So At this stage, I think is where democracy starts to really ramp up, right? He is sitting here on 18 drones, but he's got macro hatches coming up here. He is sitting on 600 minerals, so a huge expand would be nice. Break it out of here is going to be hard. I don't know what to tell you. 4 cannons back here that you can't directly engage with is going to totally suck. But if you let it sit here, then, I mean, how long do you want to be a prisoner inside your own home? You know what I mean? Looks like Nico's moving out. Maybe he's going to go after Jesper here. It seems like that's not a bad idea. Jesper has a sunken, which isn't... It's not much. In fact, it's pretty terrible. So we're going to do a little 5-minute, kind of late zealot attack. Maybe after the Zerg player feels comfortable, this is when this happens, right? And suddenly the Sunken's in a lot of trouble. And the drones are having to fight a little bit here. We do have a couple zealots coming in from Innocuous to try to assist. He saw this coming and is going to help shut it down as fast as he can. But, oh man, anytime drones are fighting, that's bad news, Bears. You don't want drones fighting against anything, but especially not zealots. Ooh, love this. We've actually got the range upgrade for 123, so he's going to break down this wall, make it easier to get through these cannons. That's pretty good stuff. But all the Sunkens that Jesper tossed up are paying off handily in this situation. We've seen zealots in the past really do well against Sunkens, but it's only if they have great upgrades. 0-0 zealots not going to do as well. And here we go. See, now we can just basically take down this pylon. Or, you know, try to kill all the cannons individually, I guess. That'd be fine, too. That's an Artosis pylon, though. Oh, my gosh. He's actually setting up another contain. All right. So Innocuous is trying to contain all of his Protoss enemies. It's not working out so well in the top left for 123 at the moment. In fact, not well at all. That was a beautifully well-executed plan there by 123. So the Zerg players really need to start throwing their weight at this stage of the game, I gotta say. There's really not much by way of army over here from Innocuous. He's putting so many resources into these cannons. And the ground contains. But see, this is where your opponents go for like a mass carrier transition and suddenly you're in trouble. Or even, I mean, like we laugh at it, but a mass scout thing would totally destroy Innocuous right now. So maybe he doesn't want to do that. Oh, Stargates are on the way from Nico. Where are they, though? Ah, yeah, they're coming up. They are coming up now. So we'll see what he has in mind. Finally, some Hydras coming out from Democracy. Seems a little bit slower on the macro today, I gotta say. He's only at 36 workers. He doesn't have much of an army. I guess maybe that early pool and the early Ling defense of the cannon rush slowed down his ability to get a ton of workers up. But he's throwing up extra macro hatcheries. These are all back here and nicely protected. I kind of like it. It's a lot harder for a ground army to come in here and snipe those hatches if they're along that back wall. But just cannons. Now, this is where I start to worry about Innocuous. Like, this is cool and everything. This is great. Cannons are good in team games especially. But eventually, you gotta do something other than toss down cannons. Also, goodbye, shuttle. Oh, Storm, though! Okay. That knocked Democracy down to 11 drones. He was trying to ramp up. It didn't work out all that well for him. Also, very sneaky stuff down here. Who is this? This is Boland going for Reaver drops. I'm guessing against Innocuous here. Wouldn't be too bad. So I don't know how this happened. How on earth did an extra layer of cannons get set up here? Where were you, 123? What is happening? Oh, the Guardians have arrived from Jesper. There's a couple Corsairs out. Additionally, a bit of a storm drop here in Jesper's base. He's down to 41 drones. Oh, Guardians wandering into cannon range, wandering into Dragoon range. Can't do anything about the Corsairs in all fairness, but they, I don't know, do they pay for themselves here? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Guardians kind of very rarely ever do that. So Jesper going for something of a low econ Guardian play. And Innocuous just cannoning so hard. This has finally got his spread. Jeez. Spread down this way. The Mass Corsair is out for Nico. Boland's been kind of quiet recently. Again, he's setting up for this whole Reaver drop thing. So we have to watch Innocuous's base for that. So hit that like button if you enjoy the fastest map. This has been a good one. It's been a really, really good one, I gotta say. Good early aggression. Some good drops thus far. This cannon contain, it just, again, it can't last forever. And it's not gonna last forever. But poor Democracy. He's just got it's 108 workers for him, Innocuous. It's back up to 39 drones, which is where he was before he got dropped in the face. This is another drop in the face type scenario. DTs? Oh, and a High Templar. That's a bit of a whiff, honestly. Wow. Devourer's out too. 100. How he whiffed that poorly. There were so many drones up there for the killing. Devourer. Increasing damage taken with our Acid Spore ability also slows down the attack speed of stuff that it hits. So, I mean, you'd think it'd be used a lot more, but it just attacks so slowly. If it had a faster attack speed, it'd be a lot better. This guy, oh, doesn't get a storm off. Never mind. Is there anybody in these? No. Yeah, with the number of Sunkens here, I would argue you probably definitely have to have more than like one Zealot dropped off to distract the Sunkens. That's a weird place for a Reaver drop here from Bowling, though. You'd think he'd get closer, but not really working out for him. Oh, okay. Taking out a couple probes. Zealots coming in, trying to deal with it as well. Pushing out the south side here is Nico. That's a lot of Devourers, man. Perhaps you may... Oh, they got the Nexus. I did not anticipate that being a result, so all the Reavers get wiped out. The Nexus dies, but we're still at 106 probes. And that's why you have the secondary backup Nexuses back here, is for that very reason. A Hydra push up here from, I'm going to guess, Democracy. Didn't end up doing a whole lot. The Devourers are just not... I mean, sure. They're going to... Actually, using them on the Corsairs would not be too bad right here. Except they're not doing that. Guys, there we go. So see, they're splashing on them. They're getting additional Acid Spores on them, but the attack speed of the Devourer is so slow. And not Splash. The Acid Spore ability is Splash, but the attack is not. So they're really vulnerable to attacks, but there's nothing left that can hit the Corsairs, so it doesn't really matter. Innocuous throws out a question mark of some kind. I don't know what for exactly. But he is sending some Zealots in to get rid of this ground army. If there were like a couple Hydras in the mix, these Corsairs would all be dead for sure. Did he try to do another drop? Still 106 probes here from Innocuous. He's doing fine. Alright, so Jesper's at 78 supply. Democracy's at 117, but all the other Protoss are doing fairly fine here. But here is the Hydralisk Paladin Democracy drop. He's here. He's going to try to focus down the Nexus with his Hydras. He should be able to. They do have +1 attack, and they take down the Nexus. Well played indeed. Hydralisk drop. Paladin Hydra drop from Democracy. Meanwhile, just a generic A move on in here out of Innocuous. But, I don't know. Like, Mass Zealot's going to do okay. But they're kind of stacked up a little bit here. They do have 1/1/1 upgrades, which is awesome. Oh, some Zerglings coming in from Jesper, too. Jesper's in on this. With his yellow Zergs. Oh, that's a beautiful storm drop, though. Jesper's down to 39 drones after that one. That hurts immensely. No, he's gearing up for round number 2 of all of the Reavers. That's what the play is called here, is all of the Reavers. Zerglings with some upgrades, 1/1 upgrades. Even if you can see the DT, you don't have enough lings to actually handle that, it turns out. Like how these shuttles are just sort of hanging out up here. And then another shuttle comes in. Does he have... He's got a High Templar in here. He doesn't get a Storm off again for the second time. And then the Reaver drop. Not doing as well. There's no Nexus for them to snipe this time. So they're just kind of getting wiped out. That's unfortunate. Little Dragoon, a small Dragoon attack has come on in here. 1, 2, 3 is at 10,000 minerals and 3,000 gas. Just doesn't have enough production to spend the money that he's getting here with his 67 probes. Additional gateways would be amazing for him. Sure, we'll make some Mutalisks to try to deal with these Dragoons, but also we're making a ton of Zerglings, which is exactly what you need. Oh, Mask. Oh, these poor Mutalisks, they don't even know. They don't even know. Oh, they're going to change themselves into something else. Guardians and Devourers again. The Overlord just running for it as Jesper gets supply blocked into next week here. Corsair's just killing everything in the neighborhood. Oh, which means the DTs have free reign in here because there aren't any spores around. Oh, the DT Corsair at 16 minutes. Nobody expects the DT Corsair at 16 minutes. Oh, the storms are good. We're down to 18, 17, 12, 11. 9 drones for Jesper. Très mal. Super bad news bears in here. Also, the Reaver draw comes in from 1, 2, 3. When it rains, it pours. Oh my goodness gracious. This is just going to be so hard to hold. Although, if the Reavers are kind of just move commanding into Dragoons, it's actually not that hard at all, so never mind. Jesper is he's just getting absolutely dumped on right now. Another round of attacks coming in from Nico. And Innocuous. Democracy. You're making me mad, says Innocuous. Innocuous is mad at Democracy. Oh no. He's really tried to keep Bolin in the ground. Does he have anything in these shuttles? I assume he does. He does not. He's fleeing with them. Oh, Innocuous is mad. That's sad. So Bolin is down to 11 probes. Jesper's down to 13. Still, 1, 2, 3 has a complete inability to break out here. See, this is the macro. These are the gateways you want to set up if you're Protoss in this situation, right? Innocuous, maxed out. 1, 2, 3, not maxed out. Doesn't have enough gateways to be maxed out here. Still, 170 APM is not bad. He just needs to macro harder, macro betterer. Yeah, see, these are 3-1 Dragoons now, which means the cannons aren't going to be as good anymore, but that's exactly why Democracy's got 2-2 Hydras coming in to try to help push this back at the same time. Man, Innocuous is even trying to keep Jesper alive by throwing up cannons in his base. Innocuous is a good teammate, man. Innocuous is a good guy. I got to say. I do want to point out that Smash Stats, who's also Democracy, is a patron of mine at patreon.com/Falcon Paladin at the $10 a month level, which does mean he has the right to send me any replay that he wants every month, and I'll cast it, no questions asked. So that is $10 a month. I've seen some people sign up recently for the $10 a year option, which is great. I appreciate the support there. That's fantastic, but that doesn't give you access to the replay benefits that $10 a month does. Okay. Continuing to just scrap on in here. I'm assuming this is Nico. It is. Nico with his 1-1-1 Dragoons. Defensive Dragoons are here again from Innocuous. We've got some Guardians coming in from Jesper trying to handle this stuff too. I don't know if they're going to arrive in time to actually be of assistance in this battle, but that's totally fine. And suddenly, looks like Team Blue is starting to swarm a little bit here. Corsair wiped out. I really feel like, I don't know, a bit of a wasted opportunity here on those Reaver drops. Yo. Ah, he's got Overlord. The DTs have no power here. cannons certainly do, though. Man, they're doing great. As long as they're not taking direct damage. Nico throws out the very nice. Bye, Guardians. Innocuous is mad at everybody. He's mad at his own team. He's mad at the other team. Nico was complimentary. Dude, Innocuous is a mean player, that's for sure. Is that so? Says Nico. Uh-oh, now he's sticking around. He was going to GG out, but now he's going to fight. I guess. I mean, poor 123 just can't break out of this. He's got 16,000 minerals, and he's at 164 supply. He has got to be always maxed out, and he's not. 123 is not a great player. Nico's a better player, I would say, but 123 kind of reminds me of those dudes who maybe, if their cannon rush doesn't go well, they just have some struggles, you know? Are you going to fly right over this cannon? Yep, okay. So Innocuous is going to be stormed, into absolute oblivion. Woo! Innocuous knocked down to 28 probes after that. Dang, that was a beautiful drop out of 123. He waited until I insulted him. Then he decided to be awesome for a minute. He's still at 160 supply, though. I mean, Democracy's at 177. Innocuous is at 171. Nico's just getting completely overwhelmed by Zerg here. All three players from Team North. While Team Democracy are swarming all over him. Meanwhile, a bit of a mutobomb here from Democracy is going after Boland. Oh, his only other Nexus, too. Both of his backup Nexuses die. His main Nexus is still gone. And he doesn't have any anti-air up here either. So, he is going to die. And I think that means that we're out. This game is over. 123 is not really the kind of player who can hold off aggression from three players at the same time. We do get a scout, though. Dies instantly. I swear, the percentage of fastest map games where we see scouts compared to regular 1v1s is like 1,000,000,000% more. Yeah, I mean, so we're just gonna have a bit of a moment of silence here for Team Protoss. Usually Team Protoss is pretty scary in fastest maps. Mutobomb. You've had some time to prepare for this, 123. How have you prepared? Do you have any storm up here? Or... Yes, actually. There's a High Templar right here. He could storm this and actually shut this down. But instead he decides to GG out instead. I mean, he does have a humongous attack coming in. He's out. And that's your game. Winners are Democracy, Innocuous, and Jesper in 23 minutes. Yoof. All right, so I don't know, Guardians accomplishing some stuff. I'm not going to say it was super bad or anything. It was good. It was good. Good Guardian play, I suppose. And yeah, Innocuous carried here today. Democracy did fine. He did end up slowing down Boland a lot with that Hydralisk drop for sure. The Cannon Rush defense slowed him down a little bit, and then the beautiful Storm drop that knocked him down to like 19 workers or 12 workers or something like that was really damaging too. Jesper went for a lot of Devourers, which is really never a good idea. Like, if you're trying to deal with a ton of Corsairs, just Mass Hydra is going to be fine, I think. Or Scourge. Scourge are a better answer as well. Or Scourge combined with Devourers. Again, Devourers are a support unit, so Mass Devourer doesn't make any sense. At all. Not at all. Not a bit. Did they get... Wow, they got the Nexus, too. Beautiful. Beautiful job. All right, so let's wrap this thing up. Check out that final score. Good job to Innocuous. Bad job on the bad manner, though. Innocuous wins the day. 338,000 points. Nico's at 302. I'm surprised he's in second place. Nice job, Nico. Everybody produced about 300 units except Democracy went nuts on it. Jesper, too, actually. The Zerg players produced a ton. Obviously. And then resources here. 1, 2, 3. Mined more gas than anybody else, but was outspent by both Nico and Innocuous today, which just goes to show spending money effectively in Brood War is as important as getting money effectively, right? Sitting there with a huge bank when you have 150 supply is just not going to work out for you. Whew. All right, that right there, bam, is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, take care of yourself.